Hey everyone! Happy Ostara, a day late. How is everyone? Yeah, I can't even believe it. Spring is here. Actually, I can believe it and I'm really excited about it. But it still feels like, wow, we made it, you know? We made it to spring. It was a really difficult winter, I'm not gonna lie. Pandemic fatigue, then just, coupled with winter, made it kind of difficult. But now the weather's getting nicer and, we can get out more, even with masks on, we can still get out and do stuff and know that we're getting there. Simultaneously, nature is going through its own rebirth process. And so that's really what Ostara or the spring equinox is about, depending what, culture, religion, way you specifically celebrate it. But one of the things I love about this spring equinox and is that it really transcends, religion. It's just that day, it's that day where day and night is equal and we burst into this new season, and nature starts to come back to life, and it's so exciting because you really can feel the shift, and I almost feel like you feel it more now than you would before, because we're all so eager, we're all so ready for the shift to occur. For me myself, I've had a bit of a crazy week. It's just been ups, downs, but it ended on a really good note today, and I knew it would. It took a second for me to really process, that it was spring. Yesterday I was almost like, whoa, it's here. And I was actually a little down yesterday. I guess it's a big transition from, the element of, two elements are switching really. It's like everything is switching, because if you look at it from a seasonal standpoint, winter is in the north. So that's associated with the element of earth. And, the beginning of March, we were in Pisces, which is water. So you switch from this side to fire and air, essentially, air and fire. So it's like a big switch. It's a big switch. So you're going from, winter and the north, the direction of north, and the month of March being that water element, to spring being the direction of air in the east. And Aries season, which is, a fire sign. So what does that mean? Well, essentially, the east, the direction of east, I'll start there. And, moving into Aries season. And Aries is a fire sign, but we're still really in the east. And so that's the element of air. We're now in air, where we were in earth. So where everything felt heavy and kind of like a trudge through, now we're kind of like, ooh, breezy. But there is the other side of it, of switching from Pisces, which is a water sign, to Aries, which is a fire sign. And it was so funny because today I went out with my girlfriends. We masked up and we went to this place called Oh Wow Cow, and it's like ice cream shop in Pennsylvania. And my friend is a Pisces, and she said the funniest thing. She was like, I feel like I'm drying up, because she's a water sign. And then it moved into Aries, which is fire. And I thought that was hilarious. I was like, oh my God, quote of the day. You know what I mean? So it is a transition. And some people take it well, and sometimes it takes a second. And I'm not going to lie, it took me a second. Even though I am a fire sign. And I'm ready for spring. But now I feel it. And I'm going to start us off tonight with the Book of Blessings and Rituals by Dr. PhD Athena Parakis, my girl, my teacher, my woman, crush of all time, truthfully, and mentor. She has this beautiful invocation for spring. I think I might actually start off with March and reading that, and I don't know if I did before, but it really struck me. And what really struck me is when she talks about, you know, the need to play and how that's how creativity is born. And it made me think about how much more inspired I was today to do a video, because I actually got to hang out with my friends, and it brought me back to life. So just something to meditate on is, what are the things that you want to rebirth this spring? You don't have to rebirth all of them, and it's nothing to like do, as they say, with meditation. It's just notice where your mind goes when you think of the word rebirth. What are things you do want to rebirth, and what are things that you want to release? Those are the two re's to think about. And you have to do the release before the rebirth. And I know that nature works like, you know, like that. But sometimes we're still catching up a little bit. So, yeah, think about where you're at in that process. And by thinking about that, let your focus move after you decide with what you want to release into what you want to rebirth. What parts of you want to come back to life? For me, it's obviously definitely socializing, getting out there, doing tarot card readings in person, which I have had invitations to do. So I should be back in action definitely by May, probably by the middle of April. I'll be all set. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, right now I'm kind of trying to get down to the nitty-gritty, and you don't have to share that with anyone if you don't want to. Journaling's helpful because your handwriting's magic. But really start to think about what you want to rebirth and what you want to release and what you want to rebirth. All right, so let's get started. I'll read the month of March, and then I am going to read the Ostara Blessing and Invocation, because it's so beautiful and you don't get high holidays often, so got to take advantage of them. All right, so here we go. March, the month of emerging life. There is something different about the months when we change seasons. There are periods of transformation. In March, all of nature is heavy with seeds and pregnancy. It's as if every tree is about to burst into bloom, and every expecting mother is on the edge of delivery. I actually know a couple people who are pregnant, so that resonates. There is an aura of welcome anticipation to March. You just know. Warmer, happier days of hope and laughter are ahead once you get past the labor, the rebirth, and the release. But first, you must get past the labor. Nothing beautiful is born without toil. That is the lesson of childbirth. But there is beauty in the struggle. Can you see the sacred in the situations of your life? March is an invitation to find bounce in your life as it anchors the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere. Where in your life do you need to seek and discover bounce? Are you aware of your light and shadow, and do you honor them equally? A great question. This month, energy streams of integration and preparation are activated. Now you are called to take the wisdom of your winter slumber and turn it into active knowing. Your spirit guides are leaning closer to you now. Will you listen to them? Nurture all of these seeds of wisdom and inspiration, for in the months to come, you never know which of them will bear the ripest fruit. The quality of bounce you strike in March will dictate the strength you have in summer to support your own growth. What you do this month really counts. Be mindful about your words and your time. Try to create a better 50-50 split between work and play. Here's the part that really struck me. Knowing and trusting that often play is devised by spirit to inspire and enhance your work. Good ideas don't come under duress. Create space for beauty. Aho. So that was the month of March. Yeah, and I just love that, you know, that bounce is a sacred bounce between work and play. Talk about something that we all have in common is trying to establish that bounce. But yeah, I definitely think that the best way out of your head sometimes is to do something where you're relaxing and you're playing, whatever that looks like for you. So now I'm just going to read the blessing and invocation, and then I'll open a circle and we'll get started with the tarot card reading. Okay, here is the blessing and invocation for the spring equinox, Ostara. A calling to connect with all forms of new life. Ostara represents the re-emergence of the goddess from the underworld, manifesting the physical rebirth of springtime. This is a time for celebrating. Recite the following blessing aloud to honor this new cycle of life. As the wheel of the year turns east, the air warms and sweetens, and the sun dances in the sky. The ice of winter has become a flowing stream, nourishing emergent life. I call to you, Ostara, goddess of the dawn, to help my intentions grow and blossom like your wildflowers and your fruits. Bless me as I seek to cultivate my dreams with inspired vitality. I celebrate fertility of all kinds and honor my existence as a sexual being, capable of giving and sustaining life. With each new sunrise, Gaia finds her bounce. Masculine and feminine, united, entwined, and I watch now as light overtakes the darkness, as all of life reaches for the sky, for liberation, for expansion and healing. I sing the song of spring and kindle hope in my heart. I ask for blessings of fertility and beauty upon all of Gaia's children. Amen. Aho. And so it is. Amen, aho. And so it is. So I just loved that. I thought it was beautiful. Rebirths of all kinds. Yeah. And there is expansion. That's what the element of air is all about. It's all about creating that space for yourself. Like in a lot of, spiritual circles or metaphysical circles, people will say, I'm holding space for you. And that's really kind of a big thing to do. It's holding a sacred container for somebody. It's giving somebody that space. When we open the circle, it's creating that protected space. You're holding space for that person in your heart. And it's beautiful. And we can hold space for ourselves too, and our dreams. And that's really what springtime is about. Holding space for ourselves and others. Yeah, and I love that it talks about, the masculine and feminine and integration. I even have a bebop. That's what they are called. I get them from Sage Goddess. And it says integration, because that's a really important word to me, of the masculine and feminine, of learning how that bounce looks for you. For me, it's, I'm not going to lie, it's definitely a little bit to the left there, because I usually lead with my intuition, or I try to, but sometimes I do to be action-oriented. So it's a constant reworking of that bounce. Like, you're really never, it's always changing, that bounce too, at different times in your life, in different phases. So it's really cool. Last thing I'll say is Ostara. The things I remember from the ritual the other day that I did with my teacher was, and that I thought was cool, was Ostara. The roots of the word are kind of similar to Easter, and it's kind of like nature's rebirth. And the goddess Ostara, her animal companion started out as a bird, but she didn't feel like it resonated, so she changed it to a rabbit. But in order to honor the bird and the fact that it was a bird originally, she had the rabbit lay eggs one time a year. Does this sound familiar? Easter eggs. So I just love when the culture and things like that, like when it all overlaps. I actually find it really inspiring, and it makes me feel really connected to people. So I hope it makes you feel that way too. So that's all I'll say on Ostara, and I'll get started. Tonight I'm using a special wand. I actually made this wand. It is As you can see, it's just a piece of wood I got from outside. It's got amethyst on the top. It's got green aventurine. It's got snowflake obsidian. Cheetah agate. I love how I'm showing myself. Here we go. Cheetah agate, sodalite, citrine, sapphire, blue sapphire. This is just a little green heart. It's got red aventurine. It's got tanzanite, which is a powerful stone for your intuition. That's why it's so tiny, because it's expensive, but it's powerful. And red jasper. So, lots of, excuse me, it's a powerful wand, and I've never used it to open the circle, but I am tonight, and it's got an amethyst point, and then I'm going to just do a quick round with selenite to protect us. So if you want to roll your shoulders back, call your energy into present time. I'm going to open the circle, and I'm going to really move back so you can see. Okay, here we go. I welcome in the guides and guardians of the East. Thank you for being here tonight on this holiday that celebrates this element, this direction of air. We welcome in springtime. We welcome in clarity of what we need to release and what we need to rebirth. And we welcome in forward movement of our dreams and our purpose. May we move forward into it with clarity and understanding of what that entails. We welcome you with gratitude into the circle. I welcome in the guides and guardians of the South. Thank you for being here tonight to help us release all that no longer serves and to burn clean all that we need to. Help us with this transformation process into a new season, and let us transform anything negative into positive energy as we move ahead. All right, we welcome you with gratitude into the circle. Guides and guardians of the West, element of water, thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for giving us energies of renewal and hope and flow and prosperity. We welcome you with gratitude into the circle. And finally, guides and guardians of the North, element of earth, thank you for protecting us during this winter season. Thank you for your wisdom and your grounding of the messages we need to hear into our everyday life in a way that will serve our highest good and the highest good of all. We welcome you with gratitude into the circle. I welcome all guides and guardians of love and light and nothing else. And with that, the circle is open. All right. Amen. Blessed be, harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Aho. And so it is. And I'm just gonna do it with selenite too, because the chair squeaks as I pull it in. I'm obsessed with selenite. You know, clears all negative energy, brings in white healing light and joy. Kind of can't beat it. So I didn't want to make it feel left out, but I definitely did think this is just a beautiful wand for the high holidays. So I wanted to incorporate that. It sits, I'm kind of slowly taking over my parents' house. I really need to get my own apartment soon. Because yeah, I'm taking it over with like crystals and grids and things like that. So pretty much everything has become an altar at this point. But yeah. All right. So again, if you want to roll your shoulders back tonight, I'm using the Lightseers Tarot. And I'm really excited to use it. It's been a minute since I've used it. And I'm going to use, of course, the Goddess Tarot, which we've been using all this year. Because that feels really good. Because I know the Divine Feminine is rising. I can feel it. You know, it simply is. You know, I think a lot of people are becoming more linked into their intuition and their higher purpose for why they're here. And it's exciting and it's scary all at once. But it's really interesting that, you know, we react in this way of being scared because it's a softer energy. And, you know, kind of just like that, the invocation said here, we can't really do things with force. Force doesn't always work out so well. Duress, like that word. It's easier to get things done when we're nicer. Do you just notice how things go better when you're nicer? Even if the other person is mean. There's like, they can't maintain that meanness if you just keep being nice. It might really piss them off if you're like, you just keep being nice. But like also sometimes I think it pulls people out of their own problems and they get like they're uplifted by your own energy. So it's really a time to be that person, to be kind, you know? Like Lady Gaga says, be a kindness ambassador. I love her. All right. I'm drinking sparkling water. I clearly should have been drinking regular because I feel like I'm so parched still from Pisces season. Like my friend Ariel said, I'm drying up. Because she's a Pisces and now we're in Aries season. I thought that was so funny. Alright. So we're just going to say a quick prayer and see what the energies are for this time period. Alright. So the window opened early yesterday morning. So it is still open now. But it's on the later side of it. But that's okay because I feel like it's had a second to play out. So I'm very curious to see what these energies are. So again, close your eyes. Roll your shoulders back. And we're going to say a prayer. Dear God and Goddess, thank you for giving us messages of the highest love, light, and truth. Thank you for giving us messages that will serve our highest good and the highest good of all in perfect time. Thank you for letting us know what we need to know during this season of spring. Prepare us for what's ahead, best you can. Amen, blessed be, harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen, aho. And so it is. Okay. So, I just started shuffling. I thought I was going to do it the other way, but I guess I haven't used these cards in forever, so I'm pretty sure they're all shuffled up. You know what? Let me just shuffle a couple times, though, anyway. I'll give it a nice 3 shuffles. What are the energies at play? I think I'm going to pull 6 cards and then do 3 cards on top, like I did last time. That felt good last time. Okay. And one more time. I'm cutting the deck into 3 here. One of my favorite tarot card readers on YouTube, her name is Archangel Guidance. You should definitely check her out sometime. Always cuts the deck in 3. Oof, alright. Coming from some harsh energy with the sun in reverse. Boo. But, you know, it's the first card out, so no worries. Let's see what else wants to come out here. Reversals. Okay. Page of Pentacles in reverse. So something definitely hasn't begun yet. That we want to. We're not feeling exactly in the sun yet. We're still in this delayed energy, which is just the nature of the times. So that's our recent past. Alright, let's see what's next here. I can't believe how many of these cards are in reverse. Okay, Page of Cups in reverse. Alright, that's 2 beginnings that haven't come in yet. Interesting. Let's see. Hoping for some upright cards, man. Let's see what we get. Haha, an upright card. I hope you can see. Let me even move this back. Of course, are they going to fly out like that? I hope you saw how that just completely flew out. The Queen of Wands, my girl. I used to get this card all the time. This is the card of Sagittarius, but Aries is also a fire sign, and Wands are associated with the fire signs in the tarot. Okay, so we finally turned that frown upside down. Coming up, if not happening now, where we're becoming in control of our energy again, our creative energy. This is taking creative control and using our intuition. The Queen of Wands is good at both. Like you can see, she's creating with fire there. And she's got a badass wand in her hand. God, I love these cards. So cool. Alright. And now we're going to see what's coming up. Ooh, one flipped out. Okay. Actually, this is not a bad one to get in reverse. The Four of Pentacles. So upright, the Four of Pentacles talks about kind of clinging to what resources we have. It's clinging tight. But in reverse, I feel like this is a good card because we're letting go. Because maybe, you know, something better is coming in and we realize that we don't have to hold on so tightly. So I think that's an interesting card to have popped out right underneath the Page of Pentacles too. So I think once we loosen our grip, that's when things can actually come in. Interesting. Checks out. All right, one more card here from this deck. Okay. I love it so much. Okay. So, the Lovers. Look at that gorgeous card. O-M to the G. Yes. So, you know, it is about decisions. It is about integration of the masculine and feminine within yourself. But it is also about new romantic love. And again, it's like really interesting because it comes right underneath the Page of Cups in reverse. So it's just so crazy how every time the tarot's just like, yup, so on point. What couldn't come in before, this emotional love, this cup that we've been looking for, is finally arriving, it looks like. Finally. It's not been an easy path. As indicated by the first card, there was a time where we just felt like where's the sun? And where's my new beginning? Why don't I feel grounded? Where's this new emotional cup that's going to emotionally fulfill me? Where's this love? Where's this emotional fulfillment? It goes beyond just romantic love, but again, I'm not the only one to have said it. I feel that there are a lot of people coming together. So if you are single, it is going to be a good year. It's only going to get better as the year goes on, as we're seeing. I mean, what's really interesting too, if you look at this top row, there's a lot of blue. You know, there's the Sun card, but it's in reverse, and there's a lot of blue and green. But then, if you look at the bottom row, boom, red, boom, earthy tones, boom, red. So our passion is coming back, our creativity. You know, there's so many different ways you can look at the tarot, but these two cards especially are undeniable that, you know, our passion and creativity, it's our juices are getting revved up so we can go, nothing's in retrograde anymore, you know? The time is now. So it's happening. And I think that it will be interesting to see what the catalyst is. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards with the Goddess Tarot, because I want to know how we get from the Page of Cups, where this emotional, this cup we've been waiting for. I mean, we did get the Page of Cups and like the King of, I feel like we've gotten all the cups, the Queen, the King, the Page at some point or another. But, and they were upright in previous readings, so I feel like that was to say it's coming. But like, now it's really coming. Like, it's really the forward moment. It's not just this like thought. We've maintained that vibration long enough for it to come into existence. And like, now it's about physically manifesting that. There's energy behind it. There's movement behind that vibration. So things are speeding up. Things are beginning to manifest. We are beginning to create from an energetic space. And we're loosening our grip on things that maybe we don't need anymore. It's like getting rid of old clothes. Like that creates space to buy something new. Even if you get rid of like, 10 old things and buy one new one that's like more expensive, but you know you're going to wear it every day. It's like that energy. And then, but it's more than just clothes, it's the releasing of things for sure with Pentacles. But it's things that really were weighing you down. Like, I don't know, whatever it is for you, maybe too heavy foods or, whatever it is. So it's a good reading. It develops quite nicely because there's forward movement, and that's what we always want to see and hope for. And on the bottom of the deck is the Strength card. That little lamb giving me total spring vibes. And it's a card often associated with Leo, but what the Strength card really talks about is the courage to get through these times we're living in. That's what it means, and that there's cycles. See her little tattoo? The infinity symbol is always just reminding you that this too shall pass. And it's passing. And then if you're looking at the card after that, Five of Pentacles, I think that there is still a lot of grieving going on. It's interesting that, this is going to have to happen. It's a good time to finish processing what needs to be processed. Like, don't feel like you have to be, boom, it's Ostara, time to go. Like, take a breath, do this, have like one final, and then go from there, but allow yourself this always, regardless of the seasons, because you want to know what's next. Oh, the King of Wands. That partner to the Queen of Wands, the lovers. So, and then underneath that, I'm going kind of deep, but whatevs. The Ace of Cups, that new divinely guided emotional beginning is finally coming in. But we just have to keep going. And that's usually the medicine, you know what I mean? Keep going. Regardless of what's going on, keep going. But good things are coming in. Because we're creating them. We're creating those opportunities for ourselves by letting go, loosening our grip, and letting new love in. It's funny, I was doing one of those things where you like take a screenshot of your intention. I don't know if you've ever done them on Instagram before. I think it was Moon and Cactus. I'm pretty sure that was the page. It was like for the Pisces new moon, and I didn't, oh my gosh, hey April, what's up, girl? I was just talking about, we got the Lovers card, so yay. I'll definitely post this so you can go back to the beginning and watch everything you missed. Hi, love. So I was just talking about kind of letting our guard down, really, with this card, letting the walls that may have built up around our heart down. And I was doing one of those things where you take a screenshot of what your new intention is for the new moon in Pisces. This was the new moon in Pisces, so the last new moon we had. And it was literally, it said that. It was like, take the wall down around your heart. And I was like, oof, I feel called out. But it's true. We definitely, that's like what this year is about, really. It is about taking the wall down around your heart. And to do that, we have to loosen our grip a little with the Four of Pentacles here, which is a process, you know? And it all comes to like creating. I just feel like there's so much relief that comes with this card. Because, you know, you can create whatever you want. All of the elements, and this is something that I find so fascinating, earth, air, fire, water, have the ability to create or destroy. And when you see the card like the Queen of Wands upright, you know that you're creating right now. So, you know, what are you creating? Sky's the limit, really. So I'm just gonna pull, I have 6 cards out here already, April, and I'm just gonna pull a final 3 from the Goddess Tarot, and then I'll post this so you can watch it all. But I want to give us further clarity, just to see what's going on. So I'm just gonna roll my shoulders back one more time, say a quick prayer, and pull 3 more cards. All right, here we go. Dear God and Goddess, thank you for giving us messages of the highest love, light, and truth. Thank you for giving us messages that will serve our highest good and the highest good of all in perfect time. And thank you for guiding us and preparing us for what we need to do and know during this new season of spring. Amen. Blessed be harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen, aho, and so it is. All right, we're going in. All right. Let's see what wants to come out. These cards don't fly out as easily, I'm noticing. It's interesting. Oh, okay. And they like to make a liar of me. That's like half the deck. Alrighties. Let's see here. Oh, boom. Okay. I'm going to put that one over. Okay, 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay. Interesting. Upright, this is the card of anxiety. So this is in a recent past. I guess it's really getting over that period. In reverse, it's either you're digging yourself out or you're digging yourself in. So, but I think we're digging ourselves out of that time of overthinking. Because now we can get outside, you know, if you're on the East Coast like me, it's been like snowy, depending where you are. If not, it's still a thing, even if the weather is like, you know, beautiful. With springtime, we can just get outside, and like, so that eases our anxiety a little too. Oh my God. Hey, Kendall. What's up, girl? All right, so I'm just going to pull a card for the present here. See what's going on. So how are we going to move into this creative time? How are we going to actually bring in this emotional cup here? Because this is what we're working with. These are the energies of the present. So this emotional offer or whatever that we've been waiting on hasn't come in yet, but it's like so about to, because Queen of Wands. This is about creating through our creativity and passion. Things are about to get turned up. All right, let's see. Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm just kind of pulling clarifier cards now. So these cards have always come out so interestingly. Ah, it's too many. All right. I really want one to fly out, but we'll see. They feel really heavy in my hand, which is kind of interesting. But then again, they've been going through this whole year with me. All of them just fell. Give me 1 second. I think I'm going to do it a different way. Ready? I'm going to do it like this. Just in a sense. Haha! All right, the Queen of Pentacles. That's great because we also have the Queen of Wands. So that's really interesting. Basically, what we're creating energetically gets manifested in a physical way with the Queen of Pentacles, because Pentacles are all about your resources, your finances. So that creativity reaps financial rewards, which is honestly great. And resources, people, this could be people too who are going to help you. And this could be you just kind of like stepping into a time period where you're not only creative, but you're also able to be financially stable. So that's great. 2 queens, loving it so much. All right, and we'll pull one more card. One's flipped over here. Hold on. Oof, all my cards went flying. That was crazy. All right, one more. And let me know if you have any questions that are on your mind, because I can definitely use the spread here to kind of answer them. All right, let's see. Oh, that's right. I was going to do it the other way, wasn't I? Interesting. All right, well, 2 popped out. That's some heavy energy. Let me just do this one more time. Always pull more cards than I think I'm going to. Alright, I'm glad at least one person was live here to see that. The Queen of Wands again. Dang. Alright, so that's 2 different decks she showed up in. Creativity, passion, linked to the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we also have the Queen of Pentacles here. So that's the earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So quite a few signs out on the table. Not that it matters, because the energy is this creativity and passion. We'll definitely read her. I do have to say, it's really all across the board here with like signs and sweets and cards, because the other 2 cards that did fly out were the 10 of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So this is a lot of mental angst, because Ace of Swords upright is like a yes, like it's a mental yes. So this is a lot of not knowing, essentially, and kind of keeping ourselves in this period of really difficult energy and not letting it end, because we don't know, and so therefore we didn't move forward, and maybe we couldn't move forward, you know what I mean? There's definitely reasons why you wouldn't, in a practical sense, want to move forward sometimes with this energy, but it seems like whatever we're creating, the time is now. Like, the time is now, basically, to create and have passion. So I'm going to just see what the guidebook has to say about this one, if I can find it. Here it is. And again, this is the Goddess, the one that's on the bottom here, this deck. Because these are the cards. P.S. The Queen of Wands came out on top of the Lovers and the Four of Pentacles. So the cards of our future talk about a time where we loosen our grip, and through that loosening of things that maybe we were holding on to too tightly, that we didn't need. Like I used the example of old clothes earlier. Like, get rid of the old clothes and then buy yourself that expensive thing you want that's going to make you feel really good about yourself. Yeah, step into your creativity. This is that energy, the Lovers here. And it's also integrating, as far as decisions go, when to use your intuition, and then like kind of when to act in a more like linear masculine way, and finding what that bounces for you at this time. So, woof, there's so much out here. Just spread this out a little bit here. All right, so I don't get confused later. All right, and I'm going to look up the Queen of Wands real quick, and then I'll close the circle. Thanks so much for joining. This is so exciting to have 2 of you here. Alrighties. Okay, here we go. Here's the Queen of Staves. They call her the Queen of Staves in this deck, but this is the Queen of Wands. Okay. Power and energy are held by the Queen of Staves. Like Freya, who's a Norse goddess of, I'd say, fire and creativity, her majesty can inspire the creation of beauty through practical applications. Oh, yay! Thank you so much, April. I really appreciate you being here. Your energy is so sweet. Okay. Means intelligence applied to creating material goods, business expansion. Cleverness, a woman who embodies these ideas and inspires action. Woof! I love that. So interesting. Just when we think it's going to be about love, it's really about business. And I mean, I think that's interesting. We both have our own businesses, you know, and like it's creating an expansion. I mean, business expansion is what it literally says. And being clever and finding creative ways, you know, to keep that expansion going. And then not only that, a woman who embodies these ideas and inspires action. Intelligence applied to creating material goods, business expansion. Cleverness, a woman who embodies these ideas and inspires action. Wow. I do feel like there's a little bit of delegation with this card too, of not needing to do it all by yourself, of letting the people who love you help you. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm so glad that resonates. Yeah, because I feel like that's where I had gotten into trouble in the past. Like I get so stubborn, and then I like think I need to do it all by myself. That's not the case. You know what I mean? Sometimes people have really good ideas, and if they're not, you don't have to take them. But if they are, it's worth listening and hearing out the people who you trust and especially admire and look up to, but trust, you know? So that's really great. So we are creating space. There's definitely a lot of air element energy at play here. And where before it was like this anxiety because we just knew the time wasn't yet, but we wanted to do the thing. Now we're kind of like taking it, and there's a lot of Aries energy here. And I think the Aries energy is actually really helping us. Like that fire is getting lit within us again. And, you know, the element of spring and that air element that it holds is allowing us the space to create, you know? It's kicking up the speed and making the space bigger. And so things are going to come in faster. So, you know, I mean, I would say just go for it at this time. Like, those ideas, let them flow in. I mean, if they're not here yet, that's okay, because they're definitely coming. They're coming in a physical way. I mean, we have 2 queens here, but to get the Queen of Wands twice tells you that whatever it is, it's going to be creative. But encouraging others to take inspired action, like, it's going to kickstart a whole movement into everybody getting back into their creative flow. So I think that's really exciting. I do think that this time has been, I can feel people waking up and getting really creative with ideas and projects, because they've had so much time to think, and now it's time to come into our bodies. Now it's time to embody those ideas and inspire action. So I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to post it all. And if you don't have any other questions, April, I'll close the circle. Was there anything else that, let me know. All right. And I'm going to close the circle tonight with what I opened it with this wand I made a while back. And I'm using it for high holidays. So you can definitely go back and watch from the beginning too, because just in case there's any additional messages you needed. But thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Okay, so if you want to roll your shoulders back, I'm just going to close the circle now. All right. So we're going to start off in the north. Guides and guardians of the north, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for providing us with the wisdom, protection, and grounding we need to manifest going forward. We release you with gratitude from the circle. Guides and guardians of the west, element of water, thank you for being here tonight to provide us with prosperity, with flow, with energies of emotional renewal and messages that is on the way. We release you with gratitude from the circle. Guides and guardians of the south, element of fire, thank you for being here tonight. You definitely showed up in a big way. Hello, Aries season. Thank you for allowing us to continue to transform and embody our creative selves and, live in our creative joy. We release you with gratitude from the circle. And finally, guides and guardians of the east, thank you for showing up tonight in your element of air to remind us that it's time to come out of our heads and overthinking and to turn that overthinking and anxiety into expansion and space to hold our dreams and to bring them into this physical reality. We release you with gratitude from the circle. I release all guides and guardians of love and light. And with that, the circle is closed. Amen. Blessed be, harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Aho. And so it is. Oh, a heartfelt, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I'm just going to do it one more time with selenite. All right. And amen. Blessed be. All right. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. It was really my pleasure. I couldn't wait to get the cards out and see what the energy was. Sorry it was a day later because Ostara was technically yesterday, but we're still in the window till early tomorrow. So I was happy to see how this energy is playing out. It's good. Definitely expansion and creativity is happening. It's happening. It's on its way. So I'm excited for us to all step into it. And so it is. All right, take care. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Love you.